Hello again. Welcome to TechKnow Tuesdays, where we talk about the latest technologies as well as FTC. I'm Phil.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kendrick.
All right, Mr. Kendrick, do you have some information for us? No, information.
Information.
Yes.
Yeah. So a team recently asked if it's okay to wire motors up two motors to one motor port. That's legal.
Yeah, we've been doing it for
good.
a lot of years now.
It would be bad if they changed the motor controllers so they couldn't do that without telling
right.
us.
No, they did. They did warn, of course, to make sure that you're careful how much amperage it draws from the motor controller, because there's a thermal fuse in it that apparently takes a really long time to cool back down and reset.
Which is funny, because as if we have any control how much amperage we're going to draw. I mean, if we put two motors on there, it's going to draw twice as much as it normally would.
Yeah,
Hopefully that's not too much.
I guess just making sure it's not like a heavy load motor, like two drive motors or.
Well, of course it would be two drive motors.
Two drive motors aren't bad, but like two motors that are gonna.
Right, so maybe like two motors on like a really big arm or something like that.
Yeah. Or perhaps two drive motors that are being used to pull the robot up this incredibly high mountain thing.
Right. Something like that.
That would be not a good idea.
Yeah. You'd have to do a lot of gearing for that.
So what else is being talked about these days, Kendrick?
Pneumatic tires. That's a thing. Pneumatic.
You mean
tires.
non-pneumatic tires?
Right. So now there's pneumatic and non-pneumatic, but still with the sort of cushiony
air.
Yeah. So the Tetrix all-terrain wheels are classified as non-pneumatic because whenever they're compressed, the air inside of them is not compressed.
Just gets out.
Comes
out.
So those types of wheels are legal. Ones that would hold the air inside of them. They're
not so much.
They're not so.
By the way, I'm sorry we didn't send you the memo today.
Yeah. It still kind of matches. I mean, you can't see the back of the shirt, but this team's colors are kind of purple and green, right? So
yeah, okay,
kind of works.
No, it doesn't.
Anything else?
Nope. Not from the forums.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
I thought we were going to do some Reddit stuff.
Oh, we got some Reddit stuff.
Some Reddit stuff, apparently.
So we've got a team that is having problems with continuous rotation servos. They keep spinning, apparently. Can't stop them. Can't stop them from moving.
A couple of things there, actually, because I could understand that there could be a problem, because the servos, the servo commands with the new software goes from 0 to 1. 0 being full reverse and 1 being full forward in terms of regular 180 servos. So if you have a continuous rotation one, to make it stop, you have to put it at 0.5. But typically with continuous rotation servos, there's a little bit of miscalibration in them. So it may not completely stop at 0.5. You may have to tweak it, 0.49, 0.51, 3. Yeah, exactly. Or, if you just don't want to keep guessing, another way would be to hook it up to a joystick and swing that joystick until it stops and send the current joystick value back through the telemetry data.
So, Phil, what do you have for us?
Well, the cool news is that they've started running FTC scrimmages. There was recently one in Delaware, PA, New Jersey, and one at Lexington, Massachusetts. And of course, the interesting thing is they're using the new technology, or many of the robots using the new technology. So the Delaware one, there were 24 teams, and in addition to the teams, they set up a bunch of other Android phone pairs and stuff like that. So they had about 60 pairs of phones all sitting there communicating quite happily. Apparently, no big issues, fairly fast ping times, 8 to 20 millisecond ping times.
Nobody had non-printable characters?
Yeah, no, everyone, sounds like everyone had taken care of the whole naming.
Someone should have named their phone different and just see if it screwed up all of those.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It should have, but...
it seems like one of the issues, not one of the issues, but one of the tricky things can be pairing up the phones when there's so many in the room. So I think maybe they're planning to pair them up in groups or something, because if everyone is unpaired and they all start pairing at once, it's like the screens have a million things on them, so they can't do that. And there was only one issue at the Delaware one, which was it seemed like there was a bad power distribution module. First has acknowledged that there's an issue with some of the modern robotics units. Some of the early ones had some lower capacitance in them than they should have, or something like that. Something to do with reset times and things like that. So that's a hot topic right now in terms of how do you tell whether your unit's one of those units? There doesn't seem to be any serial number tracking going on there.
Buy a new one would be the answer. to that.
Well, unfortunately, you don't want to buy a new one. You want to send your bad one back and get a new one.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. Or you can buy a new one.
Yeah, and
have
apparently,
to.
the funny thing about the Massachusetts. Wait, sorry, no, that was the. Anyway, one of those events, they only got to run for about an hour, and then there was a carbon monoxide leak, so they had to shut the scrimmage down.
Wow.
So that was not good. But anyway, so it looks good. In one of the events, they didn't even bother shutting down the Wi-Fi networks in the building, so they still didn't have any issues. So that's bodes well.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be nicer for the fans to
To be
at the
able to,
competition to be able to
use
get on the
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's hope we can go back to a more Wi-Fi friendly environment.
Yeah.
That'd be
Right.
kind of nice.
Not having people going around.
Are we
scanning you.
gonna have problems with recording autonomous modes with the infrared coming off the cameras affecting everything?
No, I don't think so. I think we should be good there. So, Kevin, what you got?
I'm going to talk about Kickstarters today.
All right.
So we've been making a Kickstarter, and it's been going. It went really well, actually. We are almost done it. We just have to add in the video and some other little things.
And this is Kickstarter for
for the Blinkmaster, that board we showed like 5
every
weeks
week.
back.
Every week.
I'm pretty sure you've covered Kickstarter every week so
No,
far.
I haven't. No, but we went through making it, and it's pretty cool because it's like you can put in the video, put in a description about you, and all that, and then Kickstarter lines them all up and makes it all look pretty. So I really like it.
Actually, that's a good segue because I was on Kickstarter this morning because I was looking for some fun topics to talk about today. And just today, there's this little piece of paper here. There's a group called Dash Robotics that has just today or yesterday opened up a new Kickstarter for a really cool little robotic gadget. It's called the I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably Kamigami because it's related to or Kamigami because it's related to origami. It's a little robot frame that has an origami folded top on it.
That's weird.
And so they look like animals, so they're like animal related. So the motion looks like it's like the little hex bugs, the little six-legged things, but they're controlled by locally and through an iPhone. So you can drive them around, I guess, but they also have infrared beacons on them, so they can interact with each other. So one of them can go up and do something to the other one via its little infrared beacon. So it's kind of cool.
Is Dash an acronym?
I don't think so. It could just be they dash along the ground. I don't know.
Sounds like it should be an acronym.
Yeah. So anyway, check it out. Dash Robotics just kickstarted today. I signed up. I'm going to get an early one. I'm going to get an early one in January.
Wow. So Phil, what's up with your technical stuff on the table?
Nothing. I just put it there.
You
'cause
just
looks
put
good.
it there? Okay.
Yeah. I just carry around my test jig so that if
Every
we wanted
time.
to talk about
It's a
something.
part of the set now.
Yes. This is the piece that's causing trouble right now.
You just like take it into the supermarket and take it shopping.
There's no method for testing that, is there?
Testing what?
For testing if you have a bad one or not.
No, the only thing you can really tell is if it's going to fail, it fails when you turn it on because it's a reset timing thing. The PIC chip in there. What does PIC stand for?
Programmable integrated circuit.
We'll go with that.
Something similar to that.
So there's a PIC chip in there that is in addition to the USB hub circuitry, whatever it appears, and one has to start up after the other, and because of the timing or the capacitor or whatever, sometimes it doesn't come up in the right order, and consequently the PIC chip doesn't see the other hardware out there, and so it tells the phone, I don't see anything, and it's bad.
I would have programmed it better.
Yeah, well, there's a guy out there who's pulled it apart and found a couple of holes and put a capacitor in there, and it seems to work much better now. But of course, that's totally not legal.
So I guess a way for you to test it out would be to turn it off and on a bunch, right?
Yeah. It's interesting because with the phone hooked up and everything on this test setup, I've got a legacy module and an interface module, and it appears that when the glitch occurs, they don't come online, and you can tell that because their little red LEDs don't come on. So normally you turn it on, all the LEDs come on, but every now and then I'll turn it on and those two won't come on.
You mean like you did earlier?
Well, yeah, except they didn't have the phone connected, so
Okay.
I think normally this unit they'll come on. So I'm thinking this one has the bigger cap in it, but I've discovered that there's a related issue, and that is that when it's on, if you turn it off and on again within 2 or 3 seconds, it fails the same way. And it's because I think the discharging that cap, it's not coming out from 0 volts, it's been already charged or something, so it's giving a shorter reset time. That's my theory anyway. But yeah, so you got to be really careful. So the word of the wise, when you turn these power distribution modules off, turn them off, count to 10 before you turn them back on again, because anything less than 4 or 5 seconds and the phone will get locked up and it won't be happy.
good information. You know, everyone's still just gonna be like off on.
Yeah, I know, and it's really hard. And typically when the problems have been occurring, the first reaction is we'll turn it off, turn it back on again to reset it. But in a lot of cases, if you're not really going slow on that, that actually just causes the problem to happen over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So
for some reason, this brings back memories of like our first few seasons where we were like resetting the power on the robot after
every match.
Yeah, like so, like if the robot had been sitting there for any more than 5 minutes, we'd be like reset the power because it causes problems.
Yeah, exactly.
And we even had like a motor, like an NXT motor on it that could.
Oh yeah,
that could flick the power switch off and then back on again.
That's right. That was kind of crazy.
If for some reason we decided it was glitching out, we could do that in the middle of the match.
Yeah. So the NXT, which had its own power, would turn off the 12 volts and turn it back on again.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let's hope we don't.
What
have to
was
do
it
the
doing?
opposite.
Was it that it would just none of the motor controllers would respond?
Yeah,
or?
something would lock up the NXT communications.
Something a bit weird. Yeah.
It was pretty. We had some pretty innovative solutions back in those days. All right,
funny.
All right, we're probably good here, right?
Yeah, probably.
Anything else?
I think we got enough time in there.
All right.
All right.
So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from them.
Bye.